Our refuge staff monitors the progress of our local eagles in collaboration with other agencies. Young eagles are released periodically in cooperation with Auburn University's Southeastern Raptor Rehabilitation Center. Although Eufaula National Wildlife Refuge is known best for its birds, it's also home to a wide variety of reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and fish. On some days, you might think the refuge is alligator central. Numerous alligators live and nest on the refuge. Their very numbers tell another conservation success story. Hunted almost to extinction for their valuable hides, alligators are now back in such numbers that their status has been reduced from endangered to threatened. Please remember to observe these animals from a distance and do not feed them. The refuge is also home to a number of snakes, including some poisonous varieties. Mammals are harder to spot because many are active at night and they tend to be secretive. 49 species live on the refuge, including raccoons, armadillos, otters, beaver, and of course, deer. The population of deer is large and must be controlled by hunting, including some specially organized youth hunts. Permits must be obtained for all hunting. The refuge's 4,000 acres of open water and wetlands also make it a very popular fishing destination. Bass, brim, crappie, and catfish can be caught here, but the big draw is the largemouth bass. On Eufaula Refuge, fishing is allowed throughout the year with the appropriate license. Wildlife comes first at Eufaula, as it does at all national wildlife refuges. That commitment makes each refuge an anchor for biodiversity, ensuring that as many species as possible survive and flourish. A vital part of that work is maintaining healthy wildlife habitats. Here at the refuge, we have several types of habitat that are actively managed for the benefit of wildlife. In the early 1960s, when the refuge was created, most of its acreage was poorly managed forest or agricultural land. Over the years, time, effort, and funding have been invested in improving these habitats. Now, there are about 2,200 acres of woodlands, mainly pines and hardwoods. Controlled burns are used to manage the pine forests, but always with wildlife, not economic, goals in mind. The woodlands now host neotropical migrant birds as well as resident mammals, hawks, and owls. On 1,100 acres, farming continues, but with guidelines designed to benefit wildlife. The private farmers who lease the fields are required to leave a portion of the crops for wildlife. They are also monitored for correct chemical, crop rotation, and soil conservation practices. As a result, the croplands are a haven for a wide variety of species, including deer, sandhill cranes, and waterfowl. Several hundred acres of former croplands are being maintained with briars, vines, and young trees. This vegetation provides cover for many mammals and birds and shelters them during cold weather. The ditch banks and field edges serve as transition zones between major habitats. Predators such as hawks, owls, foxes, and bobcat thrive in these habitats. About 75 acres of grasslands are managed for hay. As with the old fields, the growing grass provides cover and food for many animals. The bulk of the refuge is dedicated to wetland habitats. There are 4,000 acres of open water in the rivers, creeks, and impoundments, and nearly 3,000 acres of marshland. These areas are home to a wide variety of fish. They provide feeding grounds for wading birds, shorebirds, and waterfowl. The water levels in the impoundments and some marshlands are managed during the year to create the right habitat for birds to feed, rest, and nest. Each spring, the water is drained, thus encouraging native plants to grow, which provide valuable foods for waterfowl. Each fall, water is replenished in time for arriving waterfowl. Management also involves controlling exotic plant species and other undesirable invasive vegetation. Although so much hard work goes on behind the scenes to make this a good place for wildlife, Eufaula National Wildlife Refuge is also a good place for people. Created by the community, it still plays an important role in the life of wildlife lovers from near and far. Visitors are a vital part of our mission. Whether you come to watch the birds, or to hunt, or to take the wildlife drive, Eufaula National Wildlife Refuge welcomes you. We also invite those who can give some time to our volunteer program. We have many ways you can contribute a few spare hours, from trail maintenance to our hunt program. They all offer rare opportunities to work behind the scenes, enjoy the refuge and its wildlife in a very meaningful way. In all we do, we are working to make this refuge a leader and center of excellence for wildlife and wildlife-related recreation. By conducting educational programs on and off-site, and by developing management and conservation practices for others to copy, we are working to meet this goal set by the Fish and Wildlife Service for all its refuges. Eufaula National Wildlife Refuge has many stories to tell. Some may be just for you. You can begin to create unforgettable memories that will last a lifetime by personally experiencing the exciting wildlife world. Explore our beautiful southern landscape. Walk the nature trail. Take the wildlife drive. Watch birds, fish, or hunt. Each day is a different day in the outdoors. We hope you will make many visits to Eufaula National Wildlife Refuge, where wildlife comes naturally.